Clap it. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? My name's Hero. This is Coding with Strangers, and I gotta thank you guys. I gotta thank every last single one, whether you're a hater, you're not a hater, whatever your situation is. I have basically, because of Ask Creed, my channel has exploded, gaining over 500 subscribers in 3 months, being able to get into partnership, getting sponsorships here and there, and I'm just like, yo, this is amazing. But I have in large part to thank not just the strangers, but my Ask Creed strangers as well. We're all one big happy family. I don't care what happened in the past. You know, the internet is only for one day. Don't know. That's absolutely false. Be careful what you say and do on the internet. It will follow you forever. But in the spirit of forgiveness, you know, I thought to myself, you know, I got the sponsorship from Ubisoft, so I guess I am now officially an Ubisoft shill. So clap that.
Beta!
And with that being said, it's only appropriate that if I am given so much, that I show how big my heart is and give on to you,
The people.
And I think the people deserve it. So I was thinking to myself, you know, I'm going to get an early copy of Assassin's Creed. And then when the embargo's been lifted, I'll be able to stream with everybody. My review of the game will come out. But I was like, you know, I had already bought the game because, you know, I wasn't a shill before this. But now I am. So I said to myself, you know what, Hero, why don't you give someone out there the game? So I've made it a decree. Whoever, this is all you got to do. All you got to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel. Snap, it'll pop up there. And all you got to do is write in the comment section. Very plain, very simply. Nothing more, nothing less. He was a samurai. That's it. He was a samurai. Write that. Be subscribed. I'll draw a lucky winner on the night that I live streamed the game. I'll draw the lucky winner. I'll get your information and reach out to you. So if you want to win an Assassin's Creed copy, I'm not sure what copy version I bought. I'm pretty sure I bought the deluxe version. I'm not sure. I'll snap and it'll pop up which version I bought, but I'll mail it out to you. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Hero. This is Coding with Strangers, and I want to say Naoe is officially the best assassins in Assassin's Creed history. Clap it. The developer said it. I didn't say it. Before you start typing in the keyboard, I've never played an Assassin's Creed game. I don't know who the best assassin is. So I'm going to find out just like everybody else. But word is on the street, our boy, Ezio ain't the top dog no more. So we have a vignette of some sort of gameplay trailers from Ubisoft, and they're going to show us what the game looks like, which is pretty on part. The game comes out November 15th, I believe. So we don't have too much time, but we have a little time before it comes out. So let's take a look at what they have made for us, and we'll stop and analyze what they say and the sights and sounds. And it's really important that this gameplay comes off as crisp because this is probably the final product, so they need to make sure it looks decent. So let's see what they're saying without further ado.
One thing we really wanted to do at the start is deliver on great player fantasy. And as we started diving, we had two emerging player fantasies that were awesome, the shinobi and the samurai. What we didn't want is try to dilute them into one fantasy. We really wanted to explore both sides. So that's something where we said, well, we need two characters.
The setting that we had, the Azuchi Momoyama period in feudal Japan, was such a nuanced time. So it was really interesting to be able to work with dual protagonists and develop these two characters as individuals, because we really had the opportunity to explore this era by playing off these two different perspectives.
As we worked our way through it and came up with a dual protagonist, it became very clear that Naoe
is the stealth character, and Yasuke is the fight character. Speed and agility on one side, then brawn and strength on the other. They differ in every possible way we could make them differ.
Our shinobi, Naoe, is the imagined daughter of a legendary Igan shinobi, Fujibayashi Nagato. And up until this point, she's actually been quite protected from a lot of the horrors of war that have been going on in other parts of.
I gotta say, off top, the game looks amazing. The game looks good. They put the PlayStation 5 hardware to work for sure. And I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, damn, did I order this on PlayStation or did I get this PC? No, it's on PlayStation 5. So the game looks amazing. And as a person who I don't really do the open world games because they're just a bunch of repeat assets, but they make it so clear that they want every environment to be different. And I could give Ubisoft their props here because I remember playing Watchdog and thinking about how diverse they made Chicago seem as a person from Chicago, right? So I have faith that Ubisoft will bring a level of interest to the game without diluting it and having a sense of this is just a reskin of the town I was in before.
Japan. So this is going to be her first real taste of what lies beyond, and it has a profound impact on her.
I wanted to have the stealth as a core pillar in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Player will recognize the classic Assassin's Creed experience in Naoe, but we're adding a lot of things that make her super unique, so she's the best assassin ever.
There you have it, the best assassin ever, clap. I get it, she's probably not the best, but I have to take it from the word of the director and as a person who's never played any other games, but I know that there's some core mechanics and skill sets that would make her probably the best. She's probably going to be coming from a reign or era of probably some of the best trained warriors, and knowing who her father is and essentially who he was in real life and the accolades he acquired, it's not far-fetched to believe that she would be like one of the best trained fighters as an assassin. I'm super interested to see how her stack flows, and maybe one day I'll play a few of those games. They're remastering them, so that's what I think I'm gonna wait for. The remaster, I'm gonna go play those. Those are gonna be my definitive edition.
Wanted Naoe to be extremely fast, efficient, acrobatic. We've worked.
Is there no fall damage? That was more than 4 stories. It felt like. How far did she just drop?
We wanted Naoe to be extremely fast, efficient, acrobatic. We've worked a lot to make sure that she has the coolest, most spectacular parkour we could give her. She can squeeze in tight corners. She can go prone, meaning that the character can go underbelly and just crawl around in the dirt and disappear from view. We really wanted to leverage all the light elements that come with our new tech and use it in a core way for our shinobi fantasy specifically. So what that means, at night, you have...
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Seeing the differential of the light. I don't know how, the best version of stealth that I've probably seen in order, and this is probably not saying much about my experience, is probably Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, then Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, and then the Arkham Stealth edition. The Mr. Freeze fight scene just is bar none inescapable. But I'm super curious to see how the NPCs and the enemies work and the AI flows. That it's so important for the AIs to be smarter than just a programming language. One thing for sure that I know in the Phantom Pain is once you alert them to a certain direction, they will go to that direction and won't stop. You could walk right in front of them at that point, and as long as you don't cross their line of sight, you could blow up a car next to them and they wouldn't even care. So it's super important for them to make sure that the NPC feels. Ubisoft Assassin's Creed game have been known to hold your hand. So I don't know if they would turn it up that notch, but I hope there's a like a level system to make these things much more interesting, like for their hearing and their eyesight to be a little bit more sharper and keen to your presence. So you have to make an effort to do shit like hide in the shadows to actually make your way around the game. This is a great mechanic if it's implemented more than once and it's implemented effectively.
Have to read the environment and hide in the pockets of shadows that are cast naturally in the world. And that affects how NPCs can see you and if they can sense you at all.
What we want the player to experience is the feeling of being the predator. So you feel like a ninja, you can break light, you can vanish in the shadows, and you're flipping on roof with the physics-based grappling hook, so the stealth is more rich than ever, and you really feel that she's like a blade in the shadows.
Yasuke is our first historical protagonist in Assassin's Creed. What we know
Told you he was a samurai.
about Yasuke historically is just a bit, but it was enough to get the team really excited about the opportunity to work with him as a character. He can fight his way out of anything, but he's also super smart and can think his way through things equally as well, and is going to be somebody who always has a commanding presence.
So especially in combat, when we think about Yasuke, it's really about dictating how the fight will go. And to do so, we created a mechanic called the posture attack. So he can chamber an attack, and then he can launch that attack to do massive amount of damage and take out anyone.
Yasuke is very, very strong. He can barge through reinforced doors. He can lift heavy objects that Naoe can't. But that means that he's somewhat slowed down compared to Naoe.
Hey, yo.
That hurts. On the
Yo, why they do my boy like that? His ass jumped out of... You had to know you was about to land like a pile of bricks. Oh, that's hilarious. Because I was definitely going to try that. I was going to like, oh, I'm going to take him to the highest point I could get him and get his ass to jump off. It's good to know that will not work.
The ground, that's where he shines.
Did my boy dirty.
We have two characters who have such different gameplay styles. So for every situation, every gameplay moment you're going to encounter, you really need to think through everything from these two perspectives.
Blood must be paid in blood, Yasuke.
We always want to respect player choice, so you can do quests with any character. So if you are Yasuke, you play with his strength, but also with his weakness. Same for Naoe. Each character has their own skill trees, but also they can master the different weapons. So it's not just about stats, it's about the player competency to really understand how the different mechanic works.
They have different speeds, they have different HP, they have different gear sets, so they're very unique and they're a great balance of two player fantasies.
The most exciting part of having our dual protagonists is the distinction and the fact that they don't really overlap. Narratively, they have common goals and they all are aligned on what they want to do, but the way they go about it is drastically different. Sometimes playing Naoe, even if you're very good, you'll hit a wall and some enemy is going to kick your ass and you go, you know what, let me switch. And the same is true for Yasuke. Sometimes you'll get a setup, a couple enemies are high on rooftop that you cannot quite reach and having to go, you know what?
Okay, so they're probably... I don't know. I feel like there has to be skill tree elements, and like if you really want to beat the game with one-sided, because we're doing a Yasuke run, all Yasuke run, we have to. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be possible. They're making it sound like it's not going to be possible, but I feel like that's going to be a trophy. So it's all about your grind. If you're willing to put in the grind and the time to perfect that player. Because Yasuke, they're talking about somebody's high on the rooftop. Yasuke's been seen loading a gun. So we at least know he could take shots at people. And if it's a one kill, then we don't really have to worry about those people. But if there's 15 people on the rooftop, then yeah, it's going to be him running in circles, reloading. Or even if it's a special attack, I don't know if you would be able to reload. And back in those days, I know they were like 5 minutes to reload, gunpowder, pebbles, the whole 9 yards, set up the fuse. So it should be interesting.
Let me switch back to Naoe. And having this push-pull that players get to experience of which characters is good in what situation, it gives us lots of levers to play with and try to break the mold, I think is the most fantastic thing we've achieved with our dual protagonist from a gameplay perspective.
Nice. I can't really be mad. This is great. That was great. I would maybe I'm being a little bit greedy. I want to see more of the side effects, but this is like a vignette. It said part 1. I'm assuming there's probably part 2, 3 or 4 more, 1 per month. And Gamescom just came and went, so they want to keep this fresh in the minds of gamers, especially with Black Myth Wukong coming out and really cementing China's effort in the gaming industry. Japan very much might feel threatened by that game. So this game needs to be good. I can't really complain. I can't see anything out of the ordinary or something that probably stuck out. I like that their stealth mechanics are very much cemented, but in an effort to keep them separated, do you take a level of freedom away from the type of person you want to play as? I think I would be thoroughly impressed if they found, if through rigorous gameplay and also a combination of grinding the game, you are able to facilitate a stealth Sasuke or facilitate a brawler Naoe on both sides of the aisle. And Naoe being able to do things that most assassins haven't been able to do in the past. Naoe feels like the most modern ninja, but also assassin we've ever had. The ability to go prone, having access to a lot of weapons, the grappling hooks, the swing mechanics. She is a very versatile player. So there's a part of me that says, like, if I didn't want to do the Yasuke run, Naoe would definitely be I'm going to be quite frank. I think Naoe is the better of the two characters. But the Yasuke run is just more for semantics. But it would also be a Naoe run as well. And it's not far-fetched or hard to believe that, she's probably, when it's all said and done, if she makes it out of this game alive, is going to be one of the better assassins, definitely top tier with the equipment and skill set and training she's received. She'll definitely be top 3. But, that's neither here or there. I'm interested to know what you guys think. So, as always, I appreciate you. Don't forget, he was a samurai. Subscribe, like, share. Somebody's going to win this game. I appreciate you guys. Peace. All right, we're done.